I know you wish that you were Native Indigenous. I get it. You want to be Native Indigenous. You want to claim Native Indigenousness when you want to, and then take it off like a fucking, like some fucking costume. Like it's Halloween and you want to be Native Indigenous for a day. Listen, if your grandfather decided to date a white person or copulate with a white person and made a child, and then that child decided to copulate with a Caucasoid and made another child, and then your parent decided to mate with someone who was Caucasoidal and made you, you are not Native Indigenous. You're not. Stop it. You're just, clearly, if you were Native Indigenous, you would look Native Indigenous. You would have the features of that. You would have the texture of the hair like that. You would have the melanin like that. Come on now. Come on. It sounds harsh, but listen, if you are ethnically and you're in the culture and da-da-da-da, I could say that someone who's white is culturally black. I mean, you can see representations of that. You can see and you can tell that someone is like culturally black American, or culturally whatever the fuck that they are. They can be culturally Eritrean or culturally Saudi Arabian or culturally Arab, but not be a fucking Arab. You're white. I know you wish that you were Native Indigenous. I get it. You want to be Native Indigenous. You want to claim Native Indigenousness when you want to, and then take it off like a fucking, like some fucking costume. Like it's Halloween and you want to be Native Indigenous for a day. You're also the same kind of people, like half of you would paint your face in blackface. You're not for Native Indigenous upliftment or people, and you being Caucasoidal, claiming Native Indigenousness is another way of you smudging out actual Native Indigenous people who have melanin from their culture and their experiences because you want to be included. You're selfish. You're fucking selfish. Like, I can see if one of your parents is identifiably black, identifiably Native Indigenous, and the other one isn't, whatever. Okay, you're biracial. Okay, it is what it is. Now you have, when you're talking about biracial people, some of them look like logic, white passing. I would say it's insensitive for you as a white passing person to sit there and be like, oh, I'm black. Come on now. To be black is twofold. People have to see you like that, and you have to see yourself like that. It is twofold. Like, if you're not getting the black treatment, now culturally, maybe even ethnically, maybe even you have claim to say, yeah, like my dad is black, but you're biracial, you're not black. And I am of this camp of saying, like, I understand that the black diaspora in general includes biracial people as black. And honestly, that's fine. But I am of the camp that says any biracial person just saying that they're just black, unless they look like J. Cole or something like clearly he looks black. His hair, his features, his lips, and he has melanin. Like, he has a little bit of melanin. Like, okay, yeah, I mean, obviously, you're going to get the nigga treatment. Like, a police officer is going to pull you out of the car because you're giving him a little bit of an attitude. The police officer is having a bad day, and he's going to take it out on you. Yeah. But if you look in white, stop. Stop. Think about who you can be for Native Indigenous people. If you were to say, listen, yeah, my dad, my mom, or whatever is black. I didn't come out looking like that, but I still very much identify with my blackness and my culture and da-da-da-da. That's one thing. But to sit there and be like, I'm black and I'm proud and you don't look like a fucking nigga. When you don't look like a fucking Native Indigenous person, not only do you not look like it, but then you're avidly trying to wash your melanin away, your source to God. You're trying to breed that out. And then you want to talk about you're black and you're proud? Get the fuck out of here. A lot of things have happened to the Siberians that came off of the land bridge. They mostly settled in the western part of America and Canada. But the Native Indigenous of America, they had copper skin, or they had skin the color of onyx. They were Native Indigenous and black. And that goes for everywhere around the world because the whole world was populated with niggas. Is that hard for you to just accept? They were all Negroid. Why do you think they manifested destiny? They felt like they were better than the Native Indigenous. They felt like they were better than the Aboriginal in Australia. They felt like they were better than the features and the highly melanated people of Asia. 200 years ago, Chinese people looked majority Native Indigenous. They bred themselves out. And further, if any of you bastards want to contest me on this, all you have to do is look around the world. In the Arab world, what do they look like? They look like Puerto Ricans. The only thing that's different is like their ethnicity really encourages some of their haplogroup markers. Like usually Arabs will grow a beard, they'll grow their hair a certain way, they'll walk a certain way. That's how you can tell it's an Arab from someone who is Hispanic, right? Culture influences how fat forms around the body. Like in Arab nations, they do a lot of goat, they do a lot of lamb, whereas in Hispanic cultures, they do a lot of pork, and how that pork influences the body, induces your genetics and DNA. It's mostly food, honestly. Like I said, I'm going to reiterate this, and it's probably like the 10th time. You can only be one of four things. You are a complete homunculi, a homunculus, faceted from a petri dish. You're Cauc, zoidal, which is leaning towards the homunculus, but you have that influence of that Native Indigenous DNA. You can be half, or some sort of octoroon, like Hispanics that are like an octoroon of either their European Caucasians mixed with their mestizos. So you're like octoroon, or you're biracial, or you're half, or you are Native Indigenous. That is it. Those are the four fucking things you can be. Period. Now, how you express yourself as a Caucasian, if you wear like traditional tribal accessories, whatever you do, that's between you and your God. Whatever the hell you serve, whatever you serve, that's between you and that. You have to make peace with what you do. I'm not here telling you how to dress or cultural appropriation and we're not talking about that today. But if you adorn yourself with tribal markings, tribal accessories, tribal this, tribal that, and it's something that you can identify with, then that's between you and whatever you believe. But make it your own. Don't copy. Make it your own. For whatever it means to you. I digress.